This is Nathaniel Jamie McKenzie submitting my dentist web server web application for Java Programming 3. I have 2 pages loaded right now because it helps to work side by side when pulling information at times. I have been working on this project all semester long, and I will show you the ins and outs of this little web application. If we go to Nate's Dental, we can hit run, and it pulls up the login JSP page. Now, this is just a basic CSS styles page. Of course, I think in actual dentist office, you would want to have like a photo gallery of some bright shining smiles or braces or whatever it is you do for a dentist office. You'd want to have a photos page, but I did not do that. We can go over here to say contact. We have all the dentists that were in the database are here. So you can select one of these and it will, of course, my computer's trying to pull up the how you want to send the email. We can go to back to home. We can go back to login. And we have the patient login and the dentist login. They are both on the login page. So if we were to go to, say, a patient ID, and we typed in, say, the first one, A900, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we can hit login, and it shows the next page, the patient information lookup. So once you input the credentials in the login.jsp page, it will send that information to the patient login servlet. It will send it to the login servlet database, which then kicks it to the patient login servlet. Now, from the patient login servlet, this is where you input your information for the patient information lookup here. Now, which is part of the patient lookup.jsp page. So if we do the A900 and we hit retrieve, it actually does the appointment lookup page, and it actually shows A900 is your patient ID, your date and time, May 1st, 2018, 9 a.m., your dentist ID, D201, I forget which dentist, the name for that dentist, and you have your procedure code, like P321, which your different procedure codes are like your teeth cleaning, your whitening, cavity fillers, crowns, whatever. Now, this appointment lookup page actually populates and pulls the information from the patient appointment.java, which the patient appointment.java will actually get the information from the patient login servlet. So it will create the necessary, objects, and then it will use an SQL query. This is where you get and set. This will pull the necessary, and then it will take the information it's trying to receive, and it will pull the information out of the database using SQL. So this is an SQL query here. So we're inserting into appointments. So we're pulling the information out of the database, and we're inserting it into the proper database. So here, I guess no, the insert is where you insert the values into the database. Here, this is the string that pulls everything out of the database. So the information you want to receive, it will pull it out of the database there. And then if we come down, we have our delete statement, insert delete. This will delete from the database. It'll give you an error if it was unable to delete failed. This is your display, so this is where it displays everything in a nice, neat little setting format. Here, this was just to test it to make sure this works. Here, and if it works, then that's great. Then this whole patient appointment.java, which is a Java class, it's a servlet, will actually push everything off to the patient. We'll pull it from the patient lookup, just, pull it together here, and then it will put it onto the display appointments.jsp. Now, we can also go back, say, look up another patient. We can go back to home. We can hit login, and there's a dentist login. If we do like D202, we could do password 12345. We can hit login, and it will log in, and it will look up the dentist information. Now, we also have let's say we type in D202 again, we can hit retrieve, and it should populate the entire dentist, but it is not populating, and I have not been able to figure out exactly why it's not populating. So, because when the dentist logs in, the dentist will log in, and it will send everything to the dentist login servlet database. It will kick the input information to the dentist login servlet database here. Then it will use an SQL query to pull the information. It will check your input credentials with the database, which it's doing here. And if it finds a password and an ID match, then it will allow you to log in. It will authenticate the login, which will send it to the dentist login servlet. I guess actually the dentist login servlet pulls the information from the login.jsp, puts it into variables, and then it will check it with the dentist login servlet database. So here it checks it against the database. If it authenticates, then it will put it down into the dentist.java page. From the dentist.java page, we create our objects here: ID, password, first name, last name, email, office, loaded, and we actually pull the information we need from here. So once you have authenticated the login, you will actually be able to look up to where it says display dentist appointments.jsp here, and this is what is needed so that it pulls the information. Now you can type in the information needed, and it will pull the information out of the database in the dentist.java here. Of course, we have our comment blocks. I tried to comment block everything. Then this displays all of the dentist information here. And it also shows the patient information, which here, this should actually be called dentist email. Once everything has been pulled out and properly checked, it should send everything to the dentist appointment list.jsp, which should put everything into a nice, neat little list. However, it is not doing that, and I am not sure why it is not doing that. So, I had it working once upon a time, but now it is not working, and I cannot figure out why. But this is my project. Yeah, I would love to work on this more. But right now, this is the project, so thank you.